And since you are an engineer, perhaps you or others could do the calculation of, okay, they say X amount is coming out a day. The wellhead is this diameter. And so we should be able to calculate the rough PSI for what they claim is coming out, and then visually calibrate that to the lack of turbulence that we see in these live webcam videos. And that is a major story and needs to be looked at. So can I put you on hold and get your number and decide if you want to come on the show?
More than happy to, Alex.
Okay, guys, will you, Matt, will you get his number, please, and ask him if he wants to give us his full name or if he wants to just send us some credentials. But let's not forget about this, because I want to get him on. In fact, I want to get some petroleum engineers on who can analyze this and not just read what they're saying in the newspapers. And if petroleum engineers are scared of being punished or persecuted by the oil industry, email us at showtips@infowars.com and send us documentation of your name and who you really are, and we'll hold that in confidence. And you can come on, and we can call you Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mr. C, Mr. A, whatever you like, or make up a fake name for you, as long as I know you're a real source, because we're going to continue to cover this, and we're going to cover it more and more. I've just seen a lot of oil spills. I know they're not normally that big of a deal. They hurt some of the people affected, but the geopolitical overall system, it's not that big of an issue. But the fact that this just continues and continues, and now they want their carbon tax, and now these companies dump their stock, and all this happened. We've been covering it since it happened, but I'm going to be covering it a lot more here while we cover other important news. But that was an amazing phone call from David in Oregon, wasn't it, Pastor?
Very much so. In fact, I would love to hear his synopsis of all of this. Definitely, that would make for a fascinating program, Alex.
Well, we need to just do the calculation because it changes every day. It seems to be doubling every week. Lindsey, do you have the numbers on what they claim, what they guesstimate is coming out of that well a day right now?
Well, let's see. Yes, I do. Matt Simmons says 25,000 barrels a day. Now, my sources did not say that. My sources said there was somewhere in the neighborhood of, let me go back through my notes here real quick. They didn't give anything near that. I'll find them here in a moment. They told me, though, at the time, they said, we're being very conservative. They said, we can't afford to guesstimate more than what's there. But
I know, but let's make the calculation. If they say it's
here real fast to try to find it.
Well, I mean, if they're saying 20,000 pounds of pressure.
20,000 gallons. Wait a minute. Okay, they said, the Mr. X in my book said 4 million gallons a day.
Okay, 4 million gallons a day. What is that?
And he said that's very conservative. He said, I'm taking what we know to be the bottom of the totem pole.
But what does that calculate out to coming out of the wellhead, ruptured wellhead that size?
52 gallons to a barrel. But Matt Simmons says a whole lot more than that as of this past week.
Sure, but I mean, I think the larger issue is you look at that webcam, that oil is not moving that fast. It's kind of just...
No, it is not. And one oil man has already questioned that with me and said that he couldn't believe what he's seeing on that webcam.
Who knows? It's probably a Pentagon production. I mean, the CIA admitted 2 weeks ago they create fake bin Laden videos, and then they bragged and said, we put fake videos on the news to manipulate you. I mean, who knows? It could be an Easter bunny. I mean, that's the problem with these liars. 3 more callers. We're going to let Lindsey go. We appreciate all his time. David in New Jersey, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Lindsey. How you doing?
Good. Go ahead.
I have 2 questions. My first one was I was listening to George Norrie on YouTube. He had this guest on. I don't know his name. But he was saying about, like, this gas bubble forming around the oil well, and that, like, if it explodes or, like, another explosion happens, that could cause a tsunami. I just wanted to know if you knew anything about that.
Well, I mean, they did have declassified documents where the Australian, British, and U.S. governments in the 50s looked at tsunami bombs where they could detonate bombs, A-bombs or hydrogen weapons, and cause a tsunami and then cover up that it was a nuke, but that was never used, they claim. But I have to say that to claim that a oil well explosion underwater would be one, fraction of a thousandth of a, even low yield, say 5 megaton hydrogen bomb, I think that sounds pretty ridiculous. But who knows? Because people tend to get twisted what is said on talk shows and what aren't. I asked Lindsey Williams earlier, I should have brought this up during a break, I said, what did you say about who really controls the military? And that the American people would be shocked if they knew who really controlled it. And he said, no, I never said that on that show. And so people may have heard a caller or something. But what about tsunamis? You have any comments on that, Lindsey?
Not really. I have heard the same rumor that you've heard. But there again, I go back to what I said earlier in the program. I cannot operate on think so, hope so, hear so. I have to go to my informants to find it, and none of them have indicated this to be the case. I have heard about this big bubble that's down there. I hope it's not so.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a few final phone calls here in this marathon transmission. Jeff in Texas, you're on the air.
Hi. I had heard when you said that this was a strata of oil.
That's correct. That's what they called it, was a strata of oil that they went into that they undoubtedly have never penetrated before.
So my question is kind of like in a hydraulic system where heated pressurized oil holds, the force holds something up. Since they're depressurizing this strata, can we expect to see earthquakes in the outer rims of this strata?
Well, when you understand the magnitude of the size of the planet, oil wells taking tens of millions of gallons of oil out from very deep, it is negligible compared to the overall structure. And you've got all these different strata. Natural gas is in domes, or it can even be in sand, and then comes out of the rock. And so you're in areas that are actually what you would think of as solid sand or rock. I'm no engineer, but I've read about it. You've got oil wells that are shallower that have caused sinkholes to start, sinkholes to form. So there is some evidence of that. The Israelis admit that they've looked at detonating explosives in old oil wells to cause small earthquakes. Secretary of Defense Cohen in April of 1997 admitted that our government and others do have tectonic earthquake weapons. Comments on that, Lindsey Williams?